I'm Marty Cohn, and welcome to episode 24 of the monthly award-winning show, Rotary Cares, a show that answers every question you could possibly have about Rotary International. Rotary is a global network of 1.2 million friends, leaders, and problem solvers that come together to make a positive, lasting change in communities at home and abroad. Established over 110 years ago, Rotary now has 35,000 clubs all over the world. Rotary's motto is service above self, and Rotarians adhere to a four-way test, a nonpartisan, non-sectarian ethical guide for Rotarians to use for their personal and business lives. The test has been translated into more than 100 languages, and Rotarians recite it at almost every one of their meetings. Of the things we think, say, or do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? In Brattleboro, we have two Rotary Clubs. The Brattleboro Rotary Club that meets for lunch on Thursdays at the American Legion, and the Brattleboro Sunrise Rotary Club, which meets for breakfast every Wednesday, also at the American Legion. Our guest today is Rotary District 7870 District Governor Nancy Russell. Welcome, District Governor Nancy.
Thank you, Marty.
Well, thanks for coming down and being on the show. Some questions that I know that people really want to learn about a district governor, but let's start it with an easy one. How long have you been a Rotarian?
12 years.
12 years.
Going on my 13th.
Okay, so you started when you were just a teenager?
Sure.
Okay. Now, think back. Why did you join Rotary?
That's a good question, because Rotary does so much for the world. But the real reason that when I'm thinking back about it is that the service that they give out to others, locally, internationally, that intrigued me. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to help others.
A great reason to join, and now you're serving as district governor of Rotary District 7870. So, natural question to ask is, what is a Rotary district?
Aha. Well, let's start back with the members of the club. You have members, then you have a club, and then the clubs are grouped together, no set numbers, and they become a district. And the district then, in turn, a number of the districts become a zone, and a zone reports back to Rotary International.
Okay, so all right, so here you are. You're the Rotary District Governor. What does a Rotary District Governor do?
We do a lot of traveling.
Okay.
We have the great honor of being able to go to each of the clubs in our district, talk to them, ask them questions. How are they doing? What can I do to help you? I am a representative. I represent Rotary International. Mm-hmm. We do projects. We encourage clubs to get involved a little bit more than what they might already be doing. We help them to grow their clubs.
Oh, okay.
We try to give them a little extra oomph so that they have that passion that we all as Rotarians have, so that they can do more than what they're doing now. They're the best, but we want them to be a little bit better than best.
You want to polish those apples.
Absolutely.
Polish those apples.
Absolutely.
Well, how did you prepare to be district governor?
Oh, my goodness. Actually, there was a district governor in our district a number of years ago that when I went to her district conference, I thought, oh, that's what I want to do. This woman was vivacious. She was full of it. It just bounced off of her. Mm-hmm. It was obvious of the love that she had for Rotary and what Rotary could do and what she could do for Rotary. And so I started talking with her. I got into the Rotary Governor's track.
Oh my goodness.
And that means that I first had to serve as a president of a club, and then I served for 3 years as an assistant governor. And then my club had to nominate me You can't just volunteer to be a district governor.
We don't want just anyone.
Oh,
Yeah,
heavens,
okay.
no.
Right.
So your club nominates you, and you go in front of a nominating committee of past district governors
Right.
and a Rotarian, and they ask you a lot of questions. And if you give the right answers,
Right.
then they invite you to become the district governor for their district, and they vote on you. And then voila, there you are. You're a district governor.
Okay, so now you're a district governor.
Mm-hmm.
How does the district relate? Now, you talked about the clubs, the district, the zone, RI. How does the district relate to the clubs? Is it bottom up, top down? How does that work?
Well, it's been changing a little bit because Rotary for a long time has been from top down. So now they're changing. They're changing their strategic planning. They're changing the way that the memberships are being done, and now it's really going from bottom up, which is the way it should be. The members are the ones that are out there doing a lot of the hard work. We're out there getting the money so that we can donate it back to our local people and to international, so that we can help the people that need help that we wouldn't otherwise be able to give to them.
Great. All right, so with this perspective as district governor, what do you see as the function of Rotary? What do you think Rotary should be doing or is doing?
I think Rotary's function is to serve. We find the people that need something. We figure out how we can help them, and we serve them. And no matter what, that might be roofing a house for an elderly couple in your local community. That might be having fundraisers so that you can send money to South Africa for medical supplies. Any number of ventures that could be done there, and it's the camaraderie. You become such good friends. I'd heard that for so long.
Right.
You're going to make friends with people from all over the world that you will continue to be friends with for the rest of your life, and that's exactly what's happened. It's phenomenal.
I have to agree. What's wonderful is sitting with a group of people that share the same values that you have.
Yes.
I think that's really one of the strong suits of being a Rotarian.
I agree.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a quick break for this message from Rotary International. We'll be right back with District Governor Nancy Russell. We'll be right back.
Possibilities are all around us. Everywhere we look, we see opportunity. We see potential in unexpected places. And when we share our knowledge, vision, and connections, we turn great ideas into action. In communities all around the world that we call home. Like transforming an old bus to feed hungry children, or providing life-saving equipment to those who need it most. From fighting disease to rebuilding schools, together we can make real change happen. We're Rotary. We are people of action. Get involved today at Rotary.org.
Welcome back to Rotary Cares, a monthly award-winning show that totally demystifies Rotary International. Our guest today is Rotary District 7870 District Governor Nancy Russell. All right, so Nancy, let's continue. When you became District Governor, what goals did you set for yourself as District Governor?
The main goal that I set for myself was to help the clubs in my district to become stronger. We have done a lot of encouraging for membership increasing. We have done trying to get additional monies and funds in so that Rotary, the foundation, can do more. But I wanted my clubs to be stronger. I wanted them to work together more. And my philosophy is on that is that if you're a good, strong club and the people in the surrounding area are seeing and hearing what you're doing, they're going to want to go, oh, I want to be a part of that. That's what I want to do, and they will be coming to you, so you're not out having to beat the bushes just to find some new members.
So, as you've traveled around the district to the 60 clubs, what are some of the successes that you've seen as you've traveled around?
Some of the great successes that I really love, because I work with children, is one of the clubs saw another club in another district that had done getting coats. And this wasn't used coats for children. This was brand new coats that a company would donate to you. And this club did that. And they gave away hundreds of coats in their local area to the kids that would not have had a warm enough coat. For me, that's a great success. That's helping the children and their families, and it makes it much easier for them. Another one of the things that is called Katie's Closet.
Right.
And Katie's Closet was started with a young man, brand new to Rotary.
Right.
And said, I've got this place that people can go in and get clothes.
Right.
And especially girls for prom dresses and that kind of thing that don't have the finances to be able to go get that. And the Rotary Clubs helped to finance that.
Wow.
We got them a district grant, and it's going great. And another one that's really dear to my heart, because this came out of my club, is a program called Take Bite Out of Hunger.
Take Bite Out of Hunger.
Take Bite Out of Hunger.
Okay.
We found out that in our very small town of White River Junction, that there were a lot of people, a lot of children going hungry.
Right.
And we had no idea.
Right.
These kids get, through the federal programs, they're able to get free or reduced breakfast,
Right.
free or reduced lunches.
Sure.
But that's only during the school.
Right.
What happens to these kids in the summertime?
Sure.
There's no place for them to go. So a community of us, some of us being Rotarians, says, well, we've got to do something about this.
Right.
This is not right.
Right.
And so we went out there and we started talking to other people, and they said, we can do this.
Right.
We have farmers that are donating
Great.
gallons of milk, 60 dozen eggs for a week. People came in, we got food that was given to us. The middle school let us use their cafeteria.
Great.
In the summertime.
Great.
We started out and we gave away 600, gave away.
Right.
Gave away.
Right.
No charges.
Right.
No filling out paperwork.
Right.
Nothing. If you're hungry, come here. This is where you can get something to eat.
Sure.
We gave away 674 lunches that first summer.
Wow.
5 years,
Wow.
and we've been doing it every summer. Last summer, we gave over 24,000 lunches away.
Wow.
And it developed into a winter program too, because we found out that there were some of our elders
Right.
that couldn't get out to get meals during the wintertime when it was cold. One of our local car dealerships donates a van to us every year.
Wow.
And they put this wonderful big sign on the side for us.
Right.
We bring these people food for the ones that can't get out in the wintertime.
Sure.
We've got homeless people that are there.
Sure.
We found out that there was about 60 of those that could use some lunches.
Great.
So we'd say, we got the word out to them. This is where we're going to be. Come up here and you can get a free lunch.
That is
so
fantastic.
our Rotary Club has supported that with everything they've got.
I know that here in Brattleboro, not to that extent, but we also saw that need and we're doing it as well. So it's great to see Rotarians see the problem, come up with a solution.
Yes.
What about the other side of it? What are some of the challenges of the district as you're traveling around?
Well, I think probably the biggest challenge that I see is that maintaining our membership. We're having a really difficult time. People are busier. They don't feel like they have the time to donate to Rotary. Before, Rotary's always had to have a weekly meeting.
Right.
So Rotary International says, let's change some of this so that we can work with the people now.
Right.
It's a little bit different than it was in 1905.
Right.
So now we don't have to have a meeting every week. And even if we did have a meeting every week, you don't have to come to that meeting. We're encouraging families to come in. And that's been a big obstacle to overcome.
Sure.
Because some of the people that have been Rotary for 50, 60, 70 years has said, oh, no, we can't do it that way.
Right.
And yet we have to convince them that is the way, and that's how Rotary will stay alive, and that's the future of Rotary, to be able to do that. So that's one of them. And to remember that one size doesn't fit all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the way that you do something and works really, really well for your club might not work well for my club.
Sure.
And what we do really, really well might not work well for your club. So we are integrating that, and that's been a little bit of change is hard.
Sure.
Change is hard for people.
Right.
And I think that's probably the biggest obstacle that I have found is changing.
So now, you know, as you're moving around, when we talk about, you know, the clubs do all this community service, and each club does that, and then there's international service. Each club is doing international service, but from a district-wide, do you see any international projects that could be done on a district level that you could get behind? You know,
Go ahead.
Well, one of the thoughts that I had was, you know, we had a situation. We know that down in Australia,
yes,
there are terrible fires. You know, we've all seen those pictures.
Right.
And you know, something that I thought was really great was, you know, District, you in particular, issuing a challenge to all the clubs to donate money, and now we're donating money down to Australia. I mean, that's really putting a district focused in on a particular problem. And is that something that you think district could be doing?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And it's not even asking for any additional monies from Rotary International.
Right.
It's not asking for an international grant. It's not asking for a district grant. It's just asking for donations from the clubs. And I think that that so far we've got over 15,000 donated, and I think that that's a good start.
Sure.
And we'll get more.
Right.
And then we'll send it down there to help these people that are in such a dire need.
And the fantastic thing is that we're all Rotarians.
Absolutely.
So it's now, you've mentioned now a couple of times about district grants. What is a district grant?
Aha. District grants are wonderful, I think. I think that we need to use them a little bit more, that we need to be a little bit more aware of how much money we've got there to be able to use. You see something that happens, I'll go back to my club with the Take Bite Out of Hunger.
Right.
So then this last year we went to our club and we said we'd like to do a district grant on this.
Okay.
So the district will match whatever we asked for $1,000.
Okay.
Okay, to help buy foods.
Sure.
And so then we went to our club. Our chair filled out the paperwork.
Right.
And we have money because for 3 years past,
right,
is the money that we have been donating in, and then we get a portion of that back.
Sure.
And so that becomes a matching grant for our district grants. Then we ended up with $2,000
right,
to donate to Take Bite Out of Hunger instead of just the $1,000 that we could have. You can use those for anything. You fill out the paperwork. Your club is the one that yours decides, because that's your money to begin with.
I think it's great. So there's this pool of money that the clubs have been paying into anyway.
Exactly.
So it's really just being creative, identifying a problem, and then district will come through with the money. That's great. I think again, you know, money is a wonderful thing for Rotary, but it helps when we actually do the projects.
Absolutely.
So here's so a little bit about yourself. So you're traveling around. What do you do when you're not District Governor Nancy Russell?
Well, first of all, I'm a wife, a mother, and a grandmother.
Okay, those are...
So that keeps me pretty busy right there. I also serve on our local school board. I also am on the board of directors for Prevent Child Abuse Vermont. I'm also a member of the Vermont State School Board Association.
Wow.
So I work with all of the school districts in the state of Vermont. What else do I do?
Aside from
Take
finding
that out
the
of hunger.
25th hour,
Yeah,
you found the
know.
25th hour in the day for all these things.
Yes. I'm very busy. I'm very involved in the community, and that's what I love.
That's great. That's fantastic. So, as your term, here it is. It's January. Your term as district governor is going to be till the passing of the gavel or whatever in June or June 30th.
Right.
What happens to you after you're district governor?
Well, you would think that I could just sit back, put my feet up, and rest, wouldn't you?
Well, isn't that what you're going to do?
That's not what happens at all.
Okay. So what happens to past district governor?
Past district governors still have some obligations that they need to help. And when you get to that point, you really are so involved with the upcoming district governors. We've got district governor-elects, we've got district governor nominees, we've got three other people that are going to be coming up behind you. You're there to help them,
Sure.
to help guide them, to help them any way you can. You still do a lot of club visits.
Wow.
Because you want to.
Sure.
And you find some that are favorite, kind of like your club is kind of a favorite of mine. You people are so sweet. And you just keep busy.
Well, that's great.
There's a lot of things you don't have to do anymore.
Right.
But there's a lot of things that you're, at that point that you're saying, oh, wow, this is great. I'm going to keep doing this.
All right. Well, then, all right, last question for you then.
Okay.
All right. For you, what's the best part about being district governor?
The people. The people. I have just met so many wonderful people, taught to them, listened to them, gleaned ideas from them, shared our experiences with them. Wayne and I, when the international conference was in Atlanta, Georgia,
Right.
we met some people from Canada there. We go up and visit with them.
Wow.
We
Isn't that
don't
great?
just don't meet at the conferences and things anymore. We
Right.
actually go up and spend time with them, and they're going to be coming down and spending some time with us this year.
It's fantastic.
So, and I think that's really important. And again, you still have the same kind of goals. You still have that same kind of passions. And I love it. I love the people part. I do.
Now, as district governor, even as a Rotarian, when you go to another place, when you go to another country or another state, do you go to check in on Rotary places, Rotary clubs, go to meetings?
Oh, sure.
Huh? And
That's part of the fun.
And what kind of reaction do you get when you go to a club?
Very welcoming, like they've known you all their lives. Come on in, let's do this or let's do that. Let us show you, let us take you out to dinner tonight, or let us take you sightseeing, or, I've got to work today, but here's the keys to my house. Come stay with us.
It's a family.
It is
really,
a family.
It is a family.
It truly, truly is.
Well, District Governor Nancy Russell, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And I want to give a shout out to Sunrise Rotarian past president Kevin Yager for doing all the magic behind the camera. Thanks also to BCTV for recognizing us as the 2018 nonprofit member of the year, and also a special thanks to Brian Bradshaw, who helps us bring this show to you. If you have any questions, concerns, or even ideas for future shows, you can send them to info@BrattleboroRotaryClub.org, info@BrattleboroRotaryClub.org. I'm Marty Cohn. Thanks for watching.